Hey, it's Yacker. Hope you're doing well. And today we're back with some more Minecraft Legends. And today I'm doing the 10 things that I wish I knew when I first started playing Minecraft Legends. These are just some things that would have come in handy if I would have known them right from the start when I started playing. And so hopefully, if you don't know them, they'll come in handy for you too. Alright, so the first thing I wish that I would have known is how useful the Cure Netherrack Improvement really is. This thing just really comes in clutch and will especially be helping with the next thing I wish I knew. But this thing is seriously underrated. Being able to cure the netherrack around the piglin bases is actually super helpful. And I'll show you some of the reasons why with this next thing I wish I knew. Alright, so number 2 is these TNT cannons. These things are probably one of the most overpowered structures in the game in my opinion. Because, to be honest, they do insane amounts of damage. But obviously, since you can't build on Netherrack, if you build them all the way out here, you definitely ain't going to be hitting anything from all the way out here. So that's when the Cure Netherrack improvement comes in, because this thing is so clutch because it lets you get closer. So it takes a little bit of time to get close enough to where the TNT cans can actually do anything. But when you do get close enough, these TNT cannons just hit different. Alright, so I've cleared out most of the netherrack. It didn't take too long, especially if you have a lot of allays, and depending on the base that you're attacking, it's either more netherrack or less. But these things do lots of damage. Now, I will admit, they are kind of expensive. They cost 100 redstone each, which is, you know, not the cheapest. But to be honest, I would say it's probably worth it, especially if you have lots of redstone. Like if you're not playing on like a super hard world, then it's probably worth getting TNT cannons because, you know, they do a lot of damage. And I want to see if I can hit the nether portal from here, because if so, that would be, oh, I can. Perfect. Let's see how much it does for one shot. Without the boomery, it does 2%, which is pretty good. It would take more time to destroy the base like this, but at least you're not going into the base, you know? So these are definitely overpowered, and I really like using them for destroying things like the spawners. So, like, over there are spawners right there. You get rid of the spawners, and then you go in, it's just a breeze, nothing's attacking you. And if you pair the TNT cans with the spyglass, then, yeah, they're quite overpowered. Alright, number 3 is this improvement, which is the shared village chest. This thing is actually super handy, and you may think, like it's kind of a waste of resources, like it's taking 100 prismarine when I could spend that on something else, like getting more lays or something, you know? But this is actually super handy because the villages, there's 5 villages, and to be honest, you could go around to each one, picking up the resources from each chest. And, you know, that'd be fine, but it takes time and stuff. But with this improvement, you can just go to one village, loot the chest, and it loots all the other chests. So you're getting a lot more resources. And I'd say it's just definitely a lot more worth it to do it, especially when it only takes 100 prismarine. It's not a ton. And I think overall, it's going to save you a lot of time, and it's going to help you get even more resources. Alright, number 4 is the improvement abundant allays. The allays are just so important. Like if you've played, you obviously know that building stuff, and especially harvesting stuff like coal or redstone or whatever, is just painful if you don't have a lot of allays, because you can, I think you start with 5, and that, I mean, it's not bad, but man, is it slow. Like it kind of sucks. So I would definitely recommend investing in abundant allays, especially when the upgrade is only 50 prismarine and 10 gold. They're really quite cheap, and as you can see, the first thing I did when I created this new world was get 13 of them, so I could have 31 allays, because, yeah, it's just, they're too good. Alright, so number 5 is that walls are really quite overrated in my opinion. They're not the best. They kind of just get destroyed instantly, especially if you're going up against the Horde of the Hunt boss. He kind of just mows through them. In my opinion, it's just a lot more efficient if you use arrow towers and scatter towers, because honestly, these make a better wall and they actually shoot. So if you just put these really close together, just make a full wall out of them, it is going to cost more, I will say that. But in my opinion, honestly, I think it might work better, but that might be a hot take. Alright, this is a bonus thing that I wish I would have known, and that's actually if you go down in this video and you press subscribe, you actually just win Minecraft Legends right away. You don't even have to play the game, you just win right away. I don't know how it works, but it just works, and you should definitely go try it out. Obviously, I'm kidding, that's not how that works. But on a real note, I'm super close at the time of recording this to 4,000 subscribers, so I'd appreciate it if a ton. If you haven't subscribed, if you want to go check that out. Number 6 is probably one of the most underrated mobs, and it is the Mossy Golem. I didn't even really use this through my playthrough because at first I didn't even know what they did. I'm like, I don't even know what these dudes do, so I never really even bothered to summon them, and they also just didn't really seem that good. But to be honest, after playing the game more and doing challenges with these guys are actually insane because they are the healers. They will heal your other golems, and they're actually really quite good at it. They can keep your dudes alive for a long time, so I definitely recommend getting some of these dudes because they are actually quite handy. Number 7, I don't know if I just missed this through my first playthrough or if I'm just dumb or whatever, but when you're in the banner view here, if you press once, that sends one of your golems or mobs or whatever, which I didn't know. I don't know if I just missed it and it explained this, because I always just used to send all of them because I didn't know there was anything else. This would have been a lot helpful. That's not right. This would have been very helpful to know because, to be honest, I always just sent all my mobs in one place, and it would have been great to be able to allocate them a little bit better, you know, send maybe like 5 over there, 5 over here, and do that. It probably would have made the game a lot easier, so that's definitely a good thing to know. Number 8 is the difference between the Flames of Creation and the banner improvement. So what the Flames of Creation is, this allows you to summon more mobs. So right now, on the bottom right, it says I can summon 20 mobs, and that's the max that I can currently summon. But, you know, of course, if I go around, maybe I find, like, some other mobs, like a skeleton or something, I can still rally them. But if I, let's say, get 50 mobs that I can summon, but I don't upgrade my banner, I can only rally so many mobs, which is how many that I can get in this group right here. So if I have 50 but I can only rally 20, then I'm not going to be able to use all my mobs. So you want to try to keep this balance because the banner and the Flames of Creation go kind of hand in hand, because the banner is how many mobs that you can bring with you, and the Flames of Creations is how many you can summon. So this is a good thing to know because if you don't improve your banner, then you might be hurting later in the game. Number 9 are the firsts. These are kind of like the special golems, like your kind of boss mobs to fight with you. These guys obviously are incredibly overpowered, and I definitely recommend investing to awaken them. They are quite expensive. They take 100 gold and then 125 of a certain mineral, but they are super OP. And in my opinion, the best first has got to be the first of Diorite, because he summons other mobs. So let's see if we can get him to do it here. Alright, here we go. Here's the first of Diorite spawning some dudes here. Takes a little bit, but come on. There we go. So as you can see, he actually spawns a good bit. So this is when it's also good to know about your banner and how many mobs you can rally, because if you can't rally enough mobs, then this guy doesn't do as good, because sure, you get more mobs, and as your mobs die, this will come in handy, but if you can rally more mobs, then this guy is definitely going to be way more helpful than he would normally be. Alright, so this one goes with number 9, and this is the Wake the First improvement. You need these to actually use the firsts and to wake them up. But if you make this and then you're like, oh, I've waken up all of the firsts, why do I need this anymore? I need the space for a different improvement, I'm gonna get rid of it. If you get rid of it, you can't use the firsts anymore, you can't command them or anything like that, which I don't know why, but at least last time that I did it, it didn't work and you couldn't use the firsts anymore. So just be wary of that if you're going to get rid of that improvement. Number 10 is these Piglin Keys, and you can find them just by killing any piglins around, really. It's kind of just a luck thing, and these can be used on piglin chests that are on the bases. So let me go see if I can find one of those real quick so I can show you what they look like and what they can give you. Alright, so these are what the piglin chests look like. You can find them really in any stronghold or base or anything like that. and they're quite nifty. You just use your key and you open them up. But in my opinion, they don't really give anything that good. I got one Gatherer Lay, which is alright, I guess. So in my opinion, they're alright. But another thing that goes with number 10 is just this journal. This journal is actually incredibly helpful because it tells you what things actually do, which is actually quite nice. It'll give you some lore as well. And like the Piglin Key, it talks about the Piglin Key, like how to find them and stuff like that. It talks about structures. So the journal is actually quite helpful. But there we go. Those were 10 things that I wish I would have known when I first started playing Minecraft Legends. They probably would have helped me out a lot. They probably would have made me be a little bit better at the game. And so yeah, I hope you guys learned something. If you didn't, then I guess you're just a pro at the game and you already know everything. But if not, then I hope this helped you out. But sadly, that will have to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new, I appreciate it if you subscribed. If you like the video, new videos every Thursday, and remember to stay jolly.